This week's Brazilian Jiu Jitsu School small business, opening a small business question of the week comes from one of my viewers, and they watched a previous video where I talked about your expense sheet and figuring out how many students you needed to have and what you needed to charge in order, to break even and to set your prices. And one of the expenses I listed was small business school insurance, for your martial arts school. And the question was, if you're having all your students sign a waiver, why do you need insurance? And I thought that was a great question, and I'm really glad the person asked it, because I wasn't even thinking about explaining that. But this is a huge priority for your business, is to get insurance. Unfortunately, there's only like one or two companies that offer martial arts school insurance, but the insurance is not for injuries on the mat, that happen in training. And you are correct, that's what your waiver is for. The insurance covers, one, if the place catches on fire. Two, maybe somebody leaves the door unlocked or somebody breaks in and they vandalize it. Like we had our back door, like somebody tried to pry it open. They didn't get in, but had they got in, they would probably stole something, done some damage, and the insurance covers that. Also, when you realize, when you have a business in commercial realty, that the commercial realty landlord owner is only responsible for the roof. So anything that happens in here, including, like, say, if somebody threw a rock through the front window or something, or drove a car through the front of the school, which has happened to businesses in town, you have insurance covering that damage. So that's part of what your insurance is for. The other thing the insurance is for is like we run a kids program, and kids, they eat their little snacks, their little freaking them little juice drinks, whatever, and they're messy. That's what kids are. I'm a father and a grandfather. I know about messy kids. Well, let's say one of these kids is drinking their little juicy and they spill it and it's on the floor, and I get parents in here that think, oh, whatever mess my kid makes, the black belt that runs the school, he should come clean it up, because they'll leave the mess there. Bless their hearts, as we say in the South. But let's say somebody walks in and they slip on that liquid that the child accidentally spilt on the floor, and they get injured. Now, they haven't signed no waiver for that. That's just an accident, and they might very well sue your business. You're going to need insurance for that. Otherwise, who are they suing? You. Like, they're suing your business. You need to have insurance to cover you for that. So, that could be various things that can happen in here. I think we've talked about in previous videos on, hiring people. Let's say you hire an instructor, and that instructor is sexually harassing or maybe sexually assaults somebody in your school. They're going to sue the business, not just the employee that did it. They're going to sue the business. You need insurance to cover you for that. Like, these are things that, like, you're covering, bad behavior. So you're going to need that. So insurance is very important. So the insurance that you're going to pay is, like, I want to say the landlord, my commercial landlord, when I opened this school, required us to have a $2 million insurance policy and name the landlord, the company, as a as being covered by that policy, in addition to my business. So, because otherwise an accident could happen, they sue Semper Fortis, your business, and then they sue the owner of the property too, and then whoever else they can sue. And even if they don't win the case, you have to pay lawyers to defend you. So that's what you're going to need that insurance for. Even if it's, no matter how trivial it is, like, let's say you come in and somebody tries to rob us, and somebody does a jiu-jitsu move on them and breaks their arm in the armed robbery. That person or that person's family could very well sue the business, and they do. This happens in society. In part of our trivial lawsuits that happen, and you can just think of the trivial lawsuit. There's even I want to say a web page. I haven't seen it in years, but like talks about all the ridiculous lawsuits, that people file, civil lawsuits against businesses, and it's just crazy. And most people aren't going to do things like that, but you only need one person, to file a frivolous lawsuit, and you've got to defend yourself. And if you don't have insurance, you're paying for that lawyer, and you're paying for whatever that result of the suit is out of your pocket by having insurance coverage. So definitely, if you're going to run a small business, or you're going to run a business at all, you need to have insurance. And I know I know several school owners who do not pay for the insurance. They're like, don't need it. Okay, but you just need that one person to slip and fall, or something bad happens and they file a lawsuit against you. Now your business is in trouble, and it could very well put you out of business. So that's the answer to this week's question of the week. And like I said, there's only about 1 or 2 companies that offer martial arts school insurance, but it doesn't matter whether you got a martial arts school or a restaurant or a convenience store or a bar, whatever your business is. You need to have insurance to cover you for those frivolous lawsuits, or sometimes maybe it's a lawsuit that's legit and it's like, hey, we need some coverage, just like you need homeowners insurance, just like you need car insurance. There's a lot of insurance and you're paying a lot of money on insurance, but you need it. All right, that's the answer to this week's question of the week. Got a question for next week on business? Feel free to shoot it to me. And if you got any insights, feel free to comment below on your experiences dealing with insurance on business, or just something that you know about civil lawsuits. So, thank you. Till next week. Ciao.